covering the Game Awards, and we've got some exciting things to talk about. I mean, probably nothing that you guys have already heard from maybe other sources or even thought on your own. But hey, we figured we'd jump into the conversation, give our 2 cents on uh, post Game Awards, where we're at with some of it, what was revealed, and what hit home for us, and maybe what are some things that didn't go too well from our perspective. So we're going to chat about all of that. But Sam, real quick, I just want to know from you before we jump into all of it, give me your overall thoughts on the Game Awards.
Yeah, I don't ever want to say that I think the Game Awards was bad because I always enjoy watching it. It's always cool. But about the eighth time they played that song from Expedition 33, I was like, I don't know if I
You were
want to
getting
hear
mad
that.
about that.
I don't know if I want to hear this anymore. It's like this is such a nitpick, but like pick a different song.
Yeah, I'm with
Jeez.
you.
No, but it was good. It wasn't my favorite Game Awards, especially because of the way they kind of laid out some of the announcements and stuff like that.
Yep.
Star Wars Fate, or Fate of the Old Republic, not being the last announcement was maybe a misstep,
Yep.
but you know, th- overall there were some cool games revealed. A lot, some I don't care about, some I do. It
Yeah.
was fine. It was fine.
Let's jump into it. If you don't mind, let's kind of work our way backwards real quick because I do think that's something worth talking about. We ended the show with a game called Highguard. And let me pull up on Steam real quick. Or do you have Steam open on your computer?
Yeah,
Who
always.
pull up Highguard?
I
Who's
don't know. Is
developing
it
that game?
wish listed? Oh yeah, it is. Wild Light Entertainment Incorporated.
Okay, so this is a new development team. They've branched off of Respawn, the people who put together Apex Legends and Titanfall. And Jeff Keighley opened up this segment of the show saying exactly that, and I'm going to play it so we can kind of hear it. But he did open up the show saying something along the lines of like, this team has been working on this forever. And they are ready to show it because typically at the Game Awards, we end the show with something that is years away from being released. However, not tonight. This is right around the corner. And you get it, he's saying all the right things. We get excited, and you and I are like waiting for the last announcement. This is what we're looking forward to. We get it, and we get Highguard, which I don't want to discount. Like, this is a game that a team has worked really hard on, and that's awesome, right? However, let's just jump into it, I guess, and then we'll kind of give our thoughts.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Sometimes our last reveal at the Game Awards is a teaser for something years and years away. Not tonight. Our final world premiere comes from 61 members of the team that built Apex Legends and Titanfall. 4 years ago, the principals founded a new independent studio with the hopes of pushing the shooter genre forward with a new original game. They've done it in complete secrecy, which is even more amazing because the game is very deep into development. The power of independent, self-published studios to push this medium forward is a growing and I think positive theme in our industry. And so tonight, you're not only going to get the announcement of the game, but also your first look at the gameplay. I played it, and after you see this trailer, I think you're going to want to as well. Welcome to Highguard.
Into lands uncharted.
Right there. That haircut. We've talked about this before, Sam, but let's chat for a few seconds on it. This haircut is, and you said this before, but this is kind of like the haircut that we see in all of these like live service games, is this kind of haircut.
Yup.
And this doesn't rub people the right way.
Nope.
Just to start. And I'm not just saying that because just to say something, that's kind of what I've seen on Reddit as well, is like people are not really thrilled with the look of just this game from the opening scene. This character they have, kind of like the art style, just is almost more of what we've probably seen before in live service games, I guess.
Yeah, and I think a part of it is just the hero shooter genre is so saturated right now that yeah, it is hard to make unique characters and content and whatever. But having that be like your, I don't know, like cover character, that's a decision for sure.
I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. Um, what do you think about like us ending the show with this game?
I Here's the deal. One, I don't know how this development team had the funding to for that because I know dang well that they got to pay big money to have announcements at the Game Awards.
Right.
So I don't know how they got like, the spot that everybody looks for. Um I think it was a misstep. I don't think it's like, we had a bunch of AAA titles announced, like Fate of the Old Republic, Divinity, Original Sin 3. Those are the kind of games that you expect to come at the end of the Game Awards.
Right.
Something that isn't necessarily like on the radar or like you've heard rumors about it. And it's a big game, like a huge game that everyone's going to like. This
Right.
one is a very like niche game. So you've already like narrowed your horizons a little bit. And two, it looks this. I will play the game, but this looks like a generic hero shooter to me. It
Yeah.
looks like everyone that's come before it and everyone that will come after it. It's a hero shooter.
Are we kind of fatigued from the hero shooter?
I think so, and I think that their critical error is developing this, or you can't scrap the development of a game. That's a financial miss.
Right.
But they were developing this while Marvel Rivals was like taken over completely.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
already have these two juggernauts being Overwatch and Marvel Rivals. I don't know if there's a place for this, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't really think there is either for this game. Real quick, we were talking about hero shooter. I just want to ask: do you consider like Battlefield Red Sec to be a hero shooter?
Not at all.
Because there is classes in that, and I think, and I asked that, and I wouldn't consider it that, but I do think some people kind of blur those lines now.
Yeah.
You know,
I
you
can
got
see how that'd be
Lifeline
the
in
case.
Apex. You got her playing like the support. You've got Bloodhound who's playing more of the scout.
Mhm.
Or, support, Lifeline, Scout, Bloodline, or Bloodhound. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. So when we look at Red Sec, there's definitely those roles in the game. So what makes a hero shooter?
A hero shooter is like you have characters, not classes, I think.
Mhm.
So like, for example, you have your like classes being like Marvel Rivals, for example, you have your strategists being like your supports, your vanguards being tanks, and then duelists being your damage dealers.
Yeah.
But you have characters in those lists. So you have like, for example, we know Deadpool is coming and he's going to be a duelist, a damage dealer. That his character, his kit, and his abilities do not change in the game. And that's what makes it a hero shooter. It's like you're playing a character. It's almost like a role-playing game in a multiplayer setting, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
And so, I mean, I agree with you on all that, but I think that's just helpful for our audience because some people like, I don't know, there's some things that we just don't talk about enough in the gaming medium. And with hero shooters kind of being big in 2018, 2017, whenever Overwatch launched, when
Yeah.
was that?
I
Was
think
that
it
around that time?
16, if I'm
2016?
yeah.
I mean, that's kind of when we saw hero shooters become more of a thing, I would say. But Apex Legends, Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, you name it. I mean, we've got quite a few of them. And the problem with this game is when you create a new hero shooter, you got to now take people away from those hero shooters and bring them over to yours. Now,
Yes.
you might do that at first. I mean, you've got the game listed on Steam as free, I believe, which is a start. You've got some clout, right, with you
Mhm.
being an ex Apex and Titanfall developer. That's good, but your game has to stand the test of time, and I just don't know necessarily that that's what's happening here.
Yes, to me,
we're kind of thrown off by this a little bit.
I 100% agree. And my issue, we saw it just a few months ago with Concord.
Hmm. We did.
This
And
is
what
the-
happened to it? It didn't
this
even
is-
last 3 weeks.
Genuinely, this is the exact same situation. You are taking a hero shooter in the midst of, again, against Marvel Rivals and Overwatch.
Yep.
Marvel Rivals is popular not because of its gameplay necessarily, but because of the characters. And
agree.
Overwatch is popular because people are used to it. So those two already have things going for it. And even in that, they have characters, legends, or whatever, playable characters that people care about.
Mhm.
If you have like lore or characters that are interesting, that's what's going to draw people to your game.
I agree.
This game, the characters are cardboard. There's
Yeah.
no voice lines, I don't think. There's nothing that makes it stand out except for the horses. The horses are cool. Like,
Well-
don't get me wrong, that first like section of the trailer where they're riding the horses, that looked pretty sick.
Well, and Jeff Keighley said he's like this is something that's going to push the shooting genre forward. Like, what are you talking about? What did we see in this that was different? Is it the horses? So the horses
Yes.
is what's going to push the shooting genre forward? Because I really don't care about that.
I don't either. Yeah.
It's just silly. And so, yeah, I think I've kind of said my piece with that. And I guess what I'll kind of end with is this was just something that should have been probably shown more in the middle. I don't even
agree.
necessarily agree that this should have been even a bigger announcement at any point. I think it could have been one of those almost like a commercial break thing, but maybe
Yes.
not so. And I don't know, maybe I'm being a little too hard on it. I think I would like to have definitely seen Fate of the Old Republic be the last reveal.
And I think it does suffer because of its placement. I think that my opinion might be better if it were like revealed at a different point in the show.
Yeah, I mean, well, we have a bad taste in our mouth right now because of. Bro, look who's in the chat.
What is up, dude?
Wait a minute. Do we know this guy? I need you to be honest. Do we know who you are? What's up, Insomnia? This is crazy. I love it.
Yeah, what if horses? It's real, dude. Like, the horses are cool, but man, what is that? Okay.
Yeah, I think Fate of the Old Republic would have rather seen that at the end. I'm trying to think of some other games. Maybe Bradley the Badger. I would have rather that been at the end as well.
That's a crazy thing to say, though.
I'm just kidding. What else? We got Star Wars, the racer game. I can't remember what that was. The full title.
Oh
of that
my
was.
gosh. Yes, the pod racing game. It looks sick.
Yeah, I mean, so and that was actually a really cool reveal. We could kind of show that in a little bit, but for him to say like, "Hey, there is the people who brought you Need for Speed have been working on a new racing title. Here it is." And I was expecting like a car game, and then when I see like, spaceships and Star Wars, I'm like, dude, what's going on? So that was exciting. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, I don't think we know you either, Insomnia, but I'm glad you're checking us out every time we go live. So that's awesome. Yeah, let's kind of go down the list of things that were just revealed, and I think this will kind of help our conversation get moving. Sam, we had a statue out in the middle of the desert that was being teased on X, on Blue Sky, Jeff Keighley's Instagram account, so the Game Awards account, and we got the reveal that this was actually going to be Divinity from. Here it is, Larian Studios, the people that brought us Baldur's Gate 3. This was exciting. This was a big announcement. This game looks awesome. Now, overall, this was just a cinematic trailer, right?
We got like a little bit of gameplay, I think.
I don't think we did. Did we?
I thought we got like a just a snippet. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, here's the thing. If we did, like, that'd be really cool. We definitely had people like flying around at the very beginning.
Yes, yeah.
The people on here's this, doing all these acrobatics and whatnot. So that was pretty fun to see that they did this. This is a game you end the show with. This is like a presentation you end the Game Awards with. This is what they should have done.
So what baffles me is that they had this thing with the monument, and then that wasn't their final reveal. They're like, we're going to reveal this 10 minutes into the show, by the way.
Yeah.
No, that's something that, like, you have built up this for like a week and a half or longer than that, really. And you're
Mhm.
like, let's actually reveal this before the end.
Kind of a bummer that they did it the way that they did.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
This game does look awesome. I love that Larian is already putting out there that they're doing something. Where I will say the negative
Yes.
with this game for me is that this is not going to be coming out anytime soon.
No.
There's just no shot. And I don't know that they're necessarily outside of like James Bond, but we knew, First Light was coming. I don't know that there was a lot shown here that I'm excited for that's also coming out pretty soon. Even Fate of the Old Republic. I mean, it was put out there that it's not going to be, released until at the earliest 2030. That's kind of crazy to think about. So I want us to get away from these Game Awards, these shows just showing things that are forever away, and then we don't even really hear from the developers on this or don't get updates. Skyrim, right? Or not Skyrim,
Elder Scrolls. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's that.
We're nearing on a decade since that was revealed. Like
Beyond Good and Evil 2, that's been revealed for some time. Haven't heard from it. We finally got this year Hollow Knight Silksong, so there's things that we've been waiting for that we get excited about, and we don't really see anything from these developers, unfortunately. This game would be fun to live stream, though.
I agree.
Divinity, that'd be a lot of fun.
That'd be pretty cool.
Let's see here. What else? So we had Divinity. We've got Resident Evil Requiem. We got some more gameplay of that, which is awesome.
Leon Kennedy.
Leon Kennedy revealed.
Kicking. Yeah.
My wife, I showed her the trailer. She wants us to get that game so bad. She loves the horror genre, and she doesn't even like to necessarily play it, but she likes to watch me play. And so right now she's watching me play. Oh gosh, what's that game where you're a detective? Alan Wake 2.
Yes.
She's watching me work through Alan Wake 2 right now. And that's a really fun game. I really do enjoy that.
That was a Game of the Year winner, right?
It was up there. It was not ever a Game of the Year winner.
Was it just nominated? Okay.
It was nominated, yeah. I forget what game won that year instead. That's interesting.
I could have sworn it was Alan Wake, but maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, I could be wrong. I don't think it was. I think that went up against Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, it did. Yeah. It lost to Baldur's Gate.
BG3 won. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, we got the Leon reveal. That was exciting. We also had the Tomb Raider Catalyst announcement for 2027 and the Tomb Raider reimagining announcement. That was kind of cool. We thought we were just getting one game. We ended up getting 2 games.
Yeah,
that was pretty exciting.
Listen, I'll level with you. I heard the rumors of the Tomb Raider game that they were making, and I'm like, we know they're going to reveal it here.
Yep.
Those trailers got me kind of excited. I'm normally I played the kind of reboot trilogy or whatever they did recently. Those were fun games, but I wouldn't say I'm like a fan of Tomb Raider, but like these games look really good. Especially like one of them being a remake of like the classics,
Yeah, and I'm sorry, did you ever jump into one of these games before?
Yeah. I played like the remakes.
Okay.
Or the not reboot, whatever they did.
When they did that. I've never played a Tomb Raider game. But these might be a good place for me to jump on and play some.
They're good games. They're good
I know that people love them for the puzzles and stuff as well.
Yes.
And so that's kind of like where I'm at, where I'm like, I love these puzzle games. I'm all for it. This might be a good jumping on point for me. I like that.
Heck yeah.
We had Control Resonant that was also showed. This was another they had a little bit of a performance at the beginning, jumped into it. I am not done with Control. I'm probably halfway through the first game, and I'm really enjoying it. It did win Game of the Year one year at the Game Awards with Jeff Keighley's show. But I do want to jump into this Resonant game when this releases. I think this would be a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, I need to get into the first one. Actually, I'd never even heard of the first one until we were talking about it during the Game Awards.
You haven't?
I haven't.
Oh,
I guess I just completely missed it somehow. I don't
This
know.
would be a fun
but-
one for you to jump into. I think you would really like it. It's most likely going to go. If it's not on sale right now, it'll go on sale for the Steam
I'm
winter
sure it
sale.
is. Well, is it a PC game? Do they have it?
It is. It is. I've got it on Steam as well for the Steam Deck, and it runs really great.
I'm gonna actually buy it after we're done with this because it's $6.
Oh, awesome! From what? Like what is it originally?
40.
Dude, snag it. It is
Yeah.
worth it.
Anyways,
Talking along the lines of third-person adventure games / shooter games, we did have Housemarque's Saros be showed with Raul coming on stage as well. This game, we got a pre-order trailer for it, but we also see that it got delayed. They didn't really say that it got delayed, but they put out the trailer saying, or at the end of it saying April 30th, with it getting delayed. And so that's, I don't think anyone's upset about that. People love Raul, people love Housemarque. And so with Returnal getting the reception that it did, I think people are really excited for this game. And so probably people's posture for the most part is take the time you need. Also, if it's just getting delayed by a month or so, totally fine. I don't think
yes.
people are going to be upset by that.
especially like if your developers are communicating that clearly. You
Yeah.
don't see that all the time in this space. And again, if they're doing it clearly and like at a decent time, heck yeah. Most people will be okay with that.
I agree. We have Insomnia in the chat saying that it looks like that they've been working on Divinity at least since 2023. So right when they ended BG3, I'm wondering, if this
Oh,
is
man.
true, they probably had a separate team kind of break off near the end of BG3 development and just said,
Yeah.
hey, go ahead and start work on the next thing. Like, let's get the ball rolling,
And I mean, it took them forever to come out with BG3. So I probably
Yeah.
expect the same with Divinity. Not that that's an issue because they make such high quality games that like
right.
the time is worth it. It's a good investment,
People are still playing BG3 though. That's my thing. Like
Yeah,
people are still
yeah,
working through
absolutely.
it. And so there's no way this game we get a Divinity out, in the next couple of years. Like I really don't think we see this game for 7 more years. 6 or 7 more years would be my thought.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong. That could be really that could be I could be way off, but I don't think I am.
Yeah.
We got a reveal, Sam, that I think you were definitely bummed by. Myself, and I think you do respect it, but you were very clearly bummed by this. Do you know what I'm about to say?
I have no idea what you're about to say.
Mega Man was revealed.
Oh my
Mega
gosh.
Man Dual Override, revealed by Capcom. We had Capcom show up 3 times this showcase as well. Resident Evil, Mega Man, and what was the third one? Let's see here.
Was it Street Fighter?
It might have been Street Fighter, like the movie.
Yeah.
Resident Evil, Mega Man. Pragmata, was that it?
Yeah. Well, maybe. I don't know.
That might have been it. It was Pragmata. Yeah.
Oh, well, either way. Dude. Yeah, Mega Man, it has its audience. I think that Jeff dropped the ball on this one. He does not understand the current climate of Half-Life 3 fans. Like, he's like, listen, we haven't heard from this game in decades. It's a big deal. Whatever. And it's like, oh, it's Half-Life 3. Like, they're revealing Half-Life 3 right now. And they're like going down the corridor. And I'm
Is that what you thought it was?
the entire time? But just the way he set it up, dude. Like, I don't know how anyone can think it's not Half-Life 3 with the way that he was presenting it.
Interesting.
Oh, dude.
I think
and
for me,
then-
I was probably thinking more like Fallout because I kept seeing like green like screens on the walls as the camera was going down the hallway.
Yeah.
It's like, is this Fallout 3 or is it, I don't know, something Fallout related? And it just looked like we were in a vault, but then we did get Mega Man. I wasn't bummed by it. I mean, I was bummed, but I wasn't like upset by it because I do understand like people love Mega Man. I you know, in the chat, people got really hyped over Mega Man reveal, apparently. See, I've kind of heard the opposite, where people love that we got Mega Man in it, but when they realize, like, wait a minute, this game is 2 years away. It's not coming out until 2027, right? And then even then, it's a side scroller. I think a lot of people kind of wanted the God of War treatment, the 2018 God of War treatment, where we got this whole reimagining of God of War. People kind of were thinking, like, for Pragmata, you know, the whole thing is that people thought that game was like an undercover Mega Man game, but like with the God of War treatment, it looked awesome. It was kind of like some kisses and nods to what Mega Man was, and yet here it is, Pragmata. Codename is what people thought being revealed as Mega Man later on in development. And some of the developers on X or in Blue Sky are like, it is not Mega Man. Please leave that alone. And so that being really funny, it's just interesting that we get this game as a reveal that it was. And I don't want to discount the Game Awards because I think they did a great job with bringing in some of these bigger titles. A lot of them just didn't speak to me.
Yep.
But I will say a lot of it was, I don't know. It was just hit or miss. When I think about games I've grown up loving to play, Star Wars is always the games I enjoyed playing. Star Wars Pod Racer for the N64, Star Wars Jedi Outcast, Jedi Knight Jedi Academy for both for the PC. Star Wars The Phantom Menace was not a great game, but for me as a kid, that game was amazing and I loved it. Finding all the little hidden areas, which yes, there are some in that game. I played that on, I think I played that on PC. Back then when, you know, I had a PC, but it was, those games required nothing for it to run on your
Seriously,
computer.
dude.
Not like today's PCs. I'm trying to think what else. Star Wars Jedi, Outcast, Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy 2. Star Wars Jedi Power Battles was another one I played on the PlayStation. So much fun. Love that game. Star Wars Masters of Terras Kazi, the one-on-one fighting game. Not amazing by any means, but again, for me as a kid, a one-on-one Star Wars fighting game, I'm here for it. I'm, you know, holding a lightsaber and I'm hitting, you know, somebody like Leia who doesn't have a lightsaber. Actually, she had a double-bladed yellow lightsaber in that game, which was fun. Sorry, I'm kind of like nerding out right now, but even Star Wars, the Skywalker saga that just released, another great Lego game that just came out. So when I think of like my gaming highlights as a kid, a lot of it does revolve around Star Wars. Battlefront 1, Battlefront 2, just amazing games. And we get Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic, and this game isn't coming out until the earliest, at least 2030. Why? Like, why are we going to even announce this right now? And I know, yes, get people excited, but I doubt this is even a game right now at the point. I think this is just a cinematic trailer that the team put together to, like, let's just get people excited.
I think that we'll get, I think we'll get it before 2030.
No shot. You think so?
Yes. Well, I hope.
Going into 2026.
I know. I think I'm expecting a 2028 out of this. If I was a betting man, I am. So I think it's going to be
2032.
2030. No way, dude. You think it's going to be 8 or not 8? How many years is that? A lot? Like 7 years?
Yeah.
No.
I'm serious. I think we'll make a bet, but I think that's what it is. I think it's 2032.
That would be insane, dude.
When you look at this game and it kind of having the, I don't know, the gusto, I can't think of the word, but like that it has around it. Like when people think of KOTOR, they think of some of the best turn-based games that they've played, right? And having a great story in the time that, I don't know, because we got a few years ago in 2022 during the PlayStation Direct, they announced that KOTOR was getting a remake by Blue Point. I could be totally wrong on that, but and then that got delayed indefinitely, and so we're not getting that at all, or at least for a very long time. This is probably why, because they're working on this. So I don't know. I think I just assumed for them to kind of take their time with it.
That's fair. Yeah.
2029. That's funny. I don't know. When you think of like gaming as a kid, what are some of the games you think of? Like some franchises and whatnot. For me, it was Star Wars, but do you have anything like that?
I think the first game that I like distinctly remember playing was, and this is a deep cut. It was a game called Magi Nation on the Game Boy.
How do you spell that?
Magi Nation. And I'm sure I played others before that, but that's like the one that I like remember. It was it was almost like Pokemon in a weird way, but with like, different creatures and stuff like that. And I remember the soundtrack. There was a song, it was called like Dream Creature or something, that played as the title theme. Dude,
Okay.
this song would get me so freaking hyped, like to
Oh my
play
God.
this game. It was so cool.
Okay.
So that one, there was, Super Mario 64. My grandma had an N64 at her house, so anytime I go over there, I'm playing Super Mario 64, like 100%.
That's awesome.
It was
Okay.
so cool.
I love that.
Gosh, and then past that, it's like, I played like Minecraft, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I didn't really start playing games until probably high school when I built my PC. And then I was playing like, like that's when I played Half-Life for the first time. I was playing like Overwatch, stuff like that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, us now as adults, and of course, because we're adults and we've got not as much time in our daily routine, they're also going to take forever to develop these games. But
It's unbelievable how long they take to develop these games. It's like a stupid amount of time.
it is. But I mean, some of these teams, I mean, these people need to go out and get jobs, and they find these development companies to go work for. And this is just some of the time that it takes. And so I do respect it, but at the same time, it's like, man, I personally do appreciate now those shorter story games. Like I don't need every
Yeah.
game to be this open world sandbox 90-hour thing. Like even Elden Ring, like I'm gonna accept that I'll never beat that game. And I'm okay with that. I've gotten, for me, my money's worth out of that game. And
That's fair.
I've enjoyed my time with it.
I mean,
Sam,
let's
we
talk
also
about. Oh, sorry.
oh,
Go
go
ahead.
for it. No, you got it.
I feel like you're about to mention. I'm talking about The Forest, and I figure that's coming up.
No, well, let's jump into it because we did get a trailer for The Force 3.
Yes.
This is probably one of our most looked at things, I would say. We were very excited for this, but kind of take it away.
Yeah. So for me, dude, first off, I was a hater on this trailer when it started. I'm like, this is gonna be garbage. This is gonna be like one of those stupid games that nobody cares about. Man. Well, first off, the tone shift from the first two is crazy. But my
Yep.
main thing is, one of my points I was gonna make is that the first Forest game came out in 2017. Tell
Oh,
me
wow.
how the Forest. There's a chance. I don't know when they're coming out with the third one. I think the Sons of the Forest came out early 2023. So tell me, in what world are we getting 3 Forest games in the amount of time since like basically the reveal of the Elder Scrolls 6 and the
Right.
actual release? What?
So we've got the Forest 1. What was the follow-up to that called?
Sons of the Forest.
Okay, and so this is their third game. So
This
it wasn't
is
like,
third entry.
okay. I didn't know if they had the Forest 1, Forest 2, and then saw they had Sons of the Forest, but I didn't know if that was the second one or just kind of like a one-off kind of thing.
So-
And then now they're doing the third.
I don't know if this is what they're gonna do, but my thought is that the Forest 3 is like a placeholder title, and that they'll call it something else, like Forest of the Blank or something like that, or like Return to the Forest, something
Okay.
along those lines. Before, it would be weird if they named it the Forest 3.
Okay.
But this game looks so crazy compared to the other ones, dude. It's like the scale looks different. It looks like they just, I don't know. It's like very few reused assets. They built another game from the ground up
Yeah.
since the last one.
And I've never played the Forest. These are games I've always watched on YouTube, but this is one I definitely want to jump into. The other ones, the settings were, you're in a forest, yes, but it's more so like modern day, right? And this one, it's
Yes.
in the future. You crash land, and now you're in this forest that even has some like alien-like animals that are on it. Crazy things happening, but you get to kind of navigate this world and it looks awesome. It looked gorgeous. It was honestly, even for me, Sam, I'll say it, another game you could have ended the showcase with before Highguard.
I 100% agree. And that's crazy because End Night, who makes it, they're an independent developer too. So like the flavor that the forest had over, like that trailer had over Highguard is unbelievable.
Yep. See, I'd rather.
I'll leave it at that.
It looked awesome. I think it definitely had a lot more pull toward it than Highguard did, and there's just no getting around that.
Yeah. And I need to stop dunking on Highguard because I'm sure it'll be fine.
I mean, it's gonna be fine, but again,
they gave us the layup. Honestly,
my thing, and I'll say it again with Highguard, it's that these kinds of games are just so hard to get out there, and like for you to end your showcase on a game like Highguard, that's where I'm going to struggle with it a little bit.
yes.
You need to take people away from the multiplayer games that they are playing and bring them over to your new game that you are creating. And this just didn't do it for me. This did not look like, would I want to jump into it and try it out? Like if I walked into a room and it was already downloaded onto a game and it was already turned on and there was a controller ready for me to pick up, yeah, I'd probably just jump into it. I'm not going to take the time to download this game and go jump into it unless I'm hearing like these amazing things. I'll let people go play it for me and then I'll make my decision. But this isn't something I feel like, especially since it's free, that I need to go jump into it. So
I'm with you. Yeah.
We got 30 seconds of Super Mario Galaxy new footage shown. I was a little bummed that it was just 30 seconds, but I mean, at least Nintendo showed up at least a little bit. That's fine. Not too much new there.
Yeah. I almost feel like why? Like 30 seconds is like nothing. I know you don't want to show the whole movie, but dang, man. Like,
yeah.
Give us a little more than that.
I agree. Well, somebody who did show up and give us a little bit more was Capcom. They debuted their trailer for Street Fighter movie, the movie, and it shows off all of their special moves that they've done in the games in the previous or in the past. And it even showed like kind of like one of the car stages that they fight on in the game, which is really cool. But this movie looks fun. It looks awesome. This is not a movie I need to be amazing by any means, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah. I think it's gonna do like Mortal Kombat did. It's gonna be like you're gonna like it if you want a cool movie. It's not gonna be like oh wow, that was an incredible movie. Like I need it's gonna be cool, and I think that's fine. Their casting looks phenomenal though. So
they did have what was it? Has some shade brought out to Mortal Kombat.
Yes, they did. That was pretty funny.
They did throw shade at them. But I mean, this movie just looks awesome. There's a lot of like love you could see put into this movie, a lot of homages to the game. So I think this is great. I'm excited for it. I think they're going to do a good job with it.
Yes. But I love when these like video game movies, and it's become more prevalent recently. You can tell that they're made by people who like the game and who know about the game.
Oh yeah.
It's like, take a look at that Assassin's Creed movie that came out a while back. That was like, you could have marketed that as something completely different and it wouldn't have mattered.
Was it Michael Fassbender who was in it?
I think so. Yeah.
It was a terrible movie.
Yes.
This is cool though. I mean, they brought out the cast on stage and whatnot. I thought this was fun. They did a really good job with it.
Absolutely.
You tell the cast is all about it. We've got Jason Momoa right here coming out playing one of the fighters. So, and he's in this. He's in something else coming out or in the Game Awards. But what was it?
Oh, he was. I can't remember what it was though.
I can't remember. Oh well. What else? Let's see here. Game Awards. We had Star Wars Galactic Racer that was announced. The former Burnout and Need for Speed developers. That's what it was. So I stand corrected. I think at the beginning I said the people who did bring us Need for Speed, which they did, but they don't currently work for the same development team. So this is cool. They came out swinging, This was really exciting. People look, this is something like for me, I'm more excited for this than I am Highguard, if I may bring it up again. This looks awesome. I'm here for it.
It's cool. It looks like it's styled well. I would love to see like customizable pod race like vehicles.
Yeah.
That'd be so sick. But
Well, and that's the thing. Like, this isn't just pod racers, kind of like you just pointed out. Like, this is actually just, it looks like there are different vehicles.
yeah, Star
in
Wars
this
racing
game.
game. Like,
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. This will be actually really cool. I'm excited for this one. Pragmata, I think we already talked about that. We had Total Warhammer. Are you a Warhammer guy at all? Have you jumped into those?
I want to be, but I feel like I'm too late to the game to get into it.
I feel that. I feel that with quite a few games. There was a few other games I wrote down I'm excited for. There's one called Four Loop. This is PlayStation's new sci-fi co-op shooter. This is like a 4-player game. This looked exciting to me, but I need to know more about it. But this kind of looked like to me like, hey, let's get 4 friends and we're all on a team and we're working through the story together.
Yes.
Enough said. Take your time with it, because if this hits on all 4 cylinders for me, like, I'm here for it. Like, I'll buy this game and I'll jump into it. Anything that like delivers on fun multiplayer, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, Highguard isn't worth my RAM. 100%.
I love that.
Let's just keep trashing Highguard.
No, 100%. There was the next game from the developer of The Ascent is called No Law, and it looks a little bit like Cyberpunk 2077. I thought this game at first when we were watching it didn't speak to me a whole lot, but as the trailer kept going, I was like, wait a minute, this actually looks kind of cool. And I went back and watched it later, and I was like, man, this is going to be a beautiful looking game. So I'm here for it. Anything that kind of keeps us in the cyberpunk genre world, I'm here for it. I think, give us more games like that. That'll be awesome. And I guarantee you, CD Projekt Red, they are working on Cyberpunk 2 or whatever the next one will be.
I hope so.
Yeah, we got Ace Combat 8 announced. This is exciting. I'm not an Ace Combat guy, but I'm so glad that Bandai Namco is coming back and delivering on this. I think this is something very exciting for that fan base. Lenny Kravitz was announced to be the villain of James Bond First Light. Sam, do you know who Lenny Kravitz is?
I do. I'm actually, and this isn't a reveal I was expecting, but
Okay.
it's pretty cool, like.
This was announced before the Game Awards, like earlier that day, which was interesting.
I missed that.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people did, because I watched some other people's reactions to the Game Awards, and I was very surprised that they were not in the know of that. I'm trying to see here. Yeah, I took this photo at 8:30 a.m. It was announced that morning by Streamable. Wario64 is the one who announced this.
Huh.
I'm excited for this. I love the Bond movies because we always do get that celebrity villain who comes in, and it's always fun. And so I'm glad we got Lenny Kravitz, someone who's a little bit more lighthearted, but brings like that Bond villain feeling to the game. If he nails it, dude, this will be a really great game.
Yeah, I think that's a big reveal for them.
It is. I think Lenny Kravitz is somebody who's going to make this game or sink it. That's kind of my thought. I think he'll do a good job, though. I'm excited for it. We're getting Deadpool, Sam, in Marvel Rivals. This was announced.
It's pretty cool. I will admit, I think, and I probably mentioned this when it was revealed, but I'm getting a little bit towards the edge of like Deadpool fatigue.
Yeah.
Not that I dislike the character, but we've got a lot of Deadpool content over the past couple of years, and it's just like, all right, let's step away for a second, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I think I'm with you. I'm kind of over Deadpool at the current moment. Like him in the MCU movies, but like I know we just got a VR game with him. Marvel Rivals is doing something with him. We've got him in some Disney Plus animated shows, and it's just I'm over it at the moment. But when Ryan Reynolds returns, I'll be good for it.
I'll come back around to it. But.
Yeah. There was one more I thought that'd be worth talking about. Okay. The Mario and Rabbids creator, he is putting out a new 3D platformer called Bradley the Badger. This game looked pretty fun to me. Definitely worth jumping into. I think I would like to try to snag this on the Steam Deck if it will run. These kinds of games are always amazing. So Donkey Kong Bonanza, Mario Odyssey, 64, Galaxy 1 and 2, you name it. Like any 3D platformer I could get my hands on is usually a way that I unwind most with video games. Definitely enjoy them. This looks like a good nod to 3D platformers as well. I think they've got a lot of Crash Bandicoot, in here. Banjo-Kazooie is what I was thinking as well. So this will be fun. It'll be good.
It looks pretty ambitious too. Like
It does.
I'm excited to see how it does.
It looks gorgeous. I will say that. Well, cool. Sam, I guess, let me see here. We saw a few games that we liked a lot, but I am curious, if you were to put one of them at the end of the Game Awards, which game would you put at the end?
That's a great question.
Hmm.
I think if it were like for me and how excited I am about the game, it would be The Forest. I'm really excited about
Okay.
that. I think the game looks awesome. But if it's what I think should have been at the end, it's probably Fate of the Old Republic or Divinity. Those two games they look spectacular. And also there's so much hype behind them. Those fan bases are colossal compared to
Yeah.
any of the other fan bases. So and I think that the one most fitting of that final spot would have been Fate of the Old Republic, just because it was a short teaser. It's like,
Mhm.
you're getting this. We don't know when. You're getting this game.
Yeah,
But-
absolutely. Man, that would have been really cool to get that at the end. Especially like kind of wondering like, what is this game? Like, it looks BioWare. Is it a new Mass Effect? Because we know there's something going on in the background.
It
There's a new
looks
in the
Mass
works.
Effect.
It does look Mass Effect. At the same time, when you hear some of the music, you could kind of hear Star Wars. So there was just some little nods, and then the cape the girl was wearing when she was getting out of the ship, I was like, okay, that looks Star Wars as well. You hear the lightsaber, and it was just the coolest thing, man. It was awesome.
Yes, it was nice, dude.
Love it. Yes, we did have Deadpool VR that released a few months ago. That was this year. You'd put Bradley the Badger at the end. I like that. That's awesome. Honestly, I would have put Bradley the Badger before or at the end instead of Highguard as well. That would have been an easy yes for me. Sam, there were a few things we talked about just to kind of round out our episode. But there were a few things we talked about that we were looking forward to hopefully seeing that we actually didn't end up seeing. So talk to me. Give me a few things that you were hoping that were going to be at the Game Awards that we did not see.
Yeah. The one that I think I expected most that didn't show up was Duskbloods. I
Mm.
think that one to me felt like a shoe-in. Like, we're gonna see this game here because we've seen absolutely nothing else about it.
Right.
I would have, if you'd asked me before the show, like what percent I think we're gonna see that, it would have been like 99. I thought that was gonna be there.
I was thinking so as well. Like,
I
it showed up in a Nintendo ad, which was a cool ad because it was basically saying like, we are going to have what is it, like all these new AAA titles day and date release on the Switch too. That's
Yes.
exciting. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm
The
with
other
you.
two that were more of a like hope or an educated wish
Mhm.
would have been Half-Life 3 and Elder Scrolls 6.
That would have been nice.
Though I think more of an expectation for Elder Scrolls 6, just because like when are we gonna get it?
Yeah.
At this point, it's like you are going to give us a release date. And if it's more than a year from when we get that release date, I'm going to be pissed. Like, straight up.
Yeah.
Like, they could give it to us a release date tomorrow, and it could be releasing in, 2027, and I'd be upset. Like, what have you been doing for 7.5, 8 years?
You were looking forward to you're excited for this game, and
I am. Yes.
you're not the only one. There's a ton of people who are looking forward to this. So yeah, I think like, man, let's get the ball rolling with this. Let's get something out there.
Please, like, you shouldn't have even released Starfield. I don't know who needs to tell you that. I'm sure people have, but like, what was that?
I wonder if I think they have given up on that game now, right? They released the final DLC for it. Am I correct?
No.
Insomnia, is that-
They're
is that
still
right?
adding stuff to it.
They
Like,
still are?
like small stuff, like tiny updates and stuff. It's like, no.
Well, updates, but are they putting out any more DLC though?
I don't know if they're doing hard DLC,
Okay.
but they're still messing with it. Just let it go.
Just let
please.
it go.
You're not gonna do the numbers that Skyrim did with like all your anniversary editions.
Right.
Your game is done. Move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, gosh.
I agree with you. I completely agree with you. Sam, I think to kind of round it out, if there was one game that was not nominated as Game of the Year, that was also nominated, if there was another game that got Game of the Year besides Expedition 33, what game would you have wanted it to be?
That wasn't nominated.
No, sorry, I said that horribly. Aside from Expedition 33, what other game would you have wanted to win that was already in the lineup of nominations?
Oh gosh, it would have been Silk Song.
Yeah.
Here's my issue. I think every game there kind of deserved it. Like every game on that list was just an S+ tier game. I think like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was excellent. Blueprints was excellent.
Yep.
What was the other one that wasn't Silk Song?
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Silk Song, Blueprints. Was Donkey Kong Bonanza? Yeah, Donkey Kong Bonanza was
No,
nominated. It
It
wouldn't
was
win.
not Game of the Year.
No. It was nominated.
Oh, I see. Well, Death Stranding 2 and Hades 2.
There you go.
Again, I think all those are phenomenal games.
But Bonanza's on there too, right?
Not for. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. Okay. So it
it-
was nominated for Game of the Year. That's crazy.
I don't know why it was. I mean,
Like-
it's a great game. It really is.
But
I
it
don't
doesn't
think
hold a
it's-
candle to the other nominees.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably even other games. I can't think of anything right now, but that were released this year that I'd probably. I
Yeah.
mean, even Monster Hunter Wilds, right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised that wasn't up there.
Yeah. But either way, it would have been Silk Song.
Yeah.
I that's when I wanted to win. I didn't think it would, but like the blood that Team Cherry put into that game, like they deserved.
I'm glad
more-
you love that game, man.
They
That's-
deserved more recognition than they got. I think they were done a bit of a disservice because Expedition 33 was so. I think it was given more flowers than it deserved.
Okay. See, here's my thing. For a game to take that long to release, but have the group of people that were looking forward to it for the game to release and it hit, like that's awesome. And so I'm glad that
Yeah.
that you love the game. I'm glad that it's doing as good as it is right now.
Yeah.
So-
What was your pick? What did you want to win?
That I would have wanted to win.
Mhm.
Probably just because I'd want something different to take it. I might say Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Yeah.
I never played the game, but I did watch a lot of like gameplay on YouTube, and like there's a couple YouTubers I love to watch live stream their gameplay, and that game is just really in depth. Like the developers of that game did a great job. They
Yes.
knew what they were doing or the vision that they were going for, and I think they executed it well. So that was awesome. I really did enjoy that. The watch throughs that I did of it.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I guess also one thing I was just kind of hoping to see there was Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. I don't know why
Oh,
we didn't
yes.
get that. I mean, that leaked that it was going to be called Resynced. And so it's going to Shadow Drop. It'll be in the next few months. We'll get it. And I hope it's amazing. We're going to supposedly get some more RPG mechanics with it. And that's, I don't know. I'm itching for a really good Assassin's Creed game right now. I didn't jump into Shadows. I heard it was great, but for me, I just, there's other games I was playing at the time. And so when it goes on sale next, and they go on sale like clockwork, these Ubisoft games,
Yup.
I'll snag it and I'll jump into it. But man, I'm itching for like Black Flag. That's what I want to jump into. So I'm excited for that. Well, very cool. Silk Song was the most wishlisted game of all time. There was no way it could lose. And then Clair Obscur released their first project. Yes, that is correct. Insomnia. Unfortunately, I wouldn't say they got snubbed because Clair Obscur, they earned it. Like they did a good job. Here's one thing real quick I'll say is there is a lot of conversation going around that some people are saying like, you know, if you get nominated for Game of the Year, you shouldn't you should only be nominated for so many other awards after
I
that.
completely agree.
Because if you're the game of the year, of course you're going to have the best story, award. If you are a role-playing game and you're the best game of the, your game of the year, of course you're going to win the best role-playing. So it kind of makes sense. But then when you open that can of worms, I'm sure some other people could come find some issues with that. So I don't know. It's interesting. Well, very cool. Hey guys, we appreciate you joining for our post-credit chat games live. You can find us here on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and X, all at the handle of post-credit chat. Let us know, comment below what you liked, and even what were some things that you may not have liked from the Game Awards. What do you think? Did you look forward to High Guard, or are you thinking that was a bad way to end the Game Awards? What are some things you were hoping that were going to be there that you didn't see? But comment below, let us know. We'd love to hear from you guys. Give us a like, give us a follow, hit the alert button. So just in case you see anything that, I don't know, when we go live next, you're aware and we can help point you in the right direction of the knowledge we have of the gaming industry. So yeah, awesome. You guys have a great night and take care.